Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We're lucky to have Jeffrey Goltiao with us to talk a little bit about his story and to answer a few questions that we have for him. For those of you that don't know Jeffrey, he's a 6 times in a row top teacher award winner at the Ohio Star Ball, which is like, for those of you that don't know, the biggest competition in the nation. Also, he's the owner and founder of Dance Edge in Columbus, Ohio. It's a dance studio that has been the top studio 2 years in a row at Ohio Star Ball. So we're really lucky to have him on, and we appreciate you joining us today, Jeff. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. We're excited to hear what you have to say. So I'm going to jump right in. The first question I have for you here is, as a dance teacher, what is it that you focus on when teaching your students, and how do you feel this affects your students?
So what I do with all my students who come in is I have to understand that every student is different. So I actually have them take kind of a personality test. Now, there's a lot of different types of personality tests. You have like Myers-Briggs, Enneagrams. I like to use TTI. TTI is a company that does things for hiring. So what it does is when they take the test, it's about a 30-minute test. It shows how the students are motivated. And then you have 6 motivations. So the 6 motivations are utilitarian, theoretical, individualistic, aesthetic, social, and traditional. And I'll give you an example of what each one of those means. Utilitarian is a student who wants to get a return on investment. So I'll give you some examples. Theoretical is somebody who wants knowledge. They want technique. They want to just come in, they'll stay quiet, and they just want to hear technique and information. Another one is individualistic. That's a student who is very competitive. They want to win. They want to have power and prestige, or they want to sit on the booth of a competition, or they want to walk out of the star of the Ohio Star Ball. Aesthetic, somebody who is high aesthetic is somebody who loves the dresses. They love getting their nails done. They love going to the dress rentals. They love getting, they love getting spray tanned. I'm like, what? They love thinking about that. Somebody who is social, they love our salsa parties. They like social events. They want to go to our group classes. Somebody traditional, we have a lot of traditional order. A lot of my clients are very fundamental religious people. So then what I do is after they take that, I teach them based upon what gets them motivated. So if somebody is high aesthetic, I says, okay, did you look at your dresses yet? Did you go online and did you go check out the dress rentals? And then they start getting excited. Whenever they get excited, the lesson changes. So then they're thinking about their dress, they're looking at themselves in the mirror. Then it changes the way, when you do this type of action, how do you think that's going to look with your dress? Do you think that dress is going to look good? So I am connecting what motivates them into a point where they're connected to it because that's what motivates them. And I interrelate it based upon their program. If a student is high social and they want to do social events or parties, I'm not going to tell them about competitions. I would tell them about our social events. Oh, we have a Zoom meeting coming up. You definitely got to come to that. We have a outreach program. We're going to be doing La Blast or Zumba classes at social distance. You're going to love this. There's going to be 10 other people. We're going to less than 10. You're going to love like that. So I'm constantly motivating, and when they get excited and they're tapping into their motivator, their vibration or the way that they're going to perceive the rest of the lesson changes, because it really feels that I'm connecting to them and what they want, and they hear that I'm listening to it, but then I'm able to guide them into the way I'm going to communicate with them. So that's how.
That was huge. I'm over
massive.
Here. My mind's
yeah. So as an instructor, we're always thinking, oh, for me, I was high theoretical and utilitarian. I wanted a return on investment. I wanted coaching a certain way. Then I think my first year of teaching, I teach them how I like to be taught. And that was a no-no because I thought that all students were like me.
Right. Absolutely.
But they're not. But some students, it's so weird because I was like, I've had some students like, why do you want to just talk about dresses all the time? If you can't dance, why does it matter? But then whenever I started to tap into understanding what motivates people, a light bulb changed. And the way I communicated, and then when they feel excited about something and how they're going to feel under that guideline, or they're just changed. And the way we guide the student changes in the journey that they have in all those 6 different ways of motivating their students. So I'm a huge benefit if I have a competing student and I have about 10 to 12 of them during a competition. I'm able to understand. I go, oh, this is the dress, and then I remember, oh, you have such a beautiful dress, you look gorgeous, your nails are really well. If it's a student who social, and they're at the competition, oh, I want to introduce you to, this is my student, this is, so they're meeting people, and I wouldn't have them just sit down. Oh, sit down. Yeah. I wouldn't have that. I would introduce them to other people because they love that social part, so that when they finally go on the dance floor, they're excited. They were able to get their needs met. And so that's how I have to constantly be aware of what motivates them and remember, okay, she's driven by this, and during a competition or the lesson, gear it on that idea.
Well, this is fantastic advice for teachers out there. And
game changer.
a lot of teachers have, like what you said, it's very important. You have to teach every student differently. And I think there's a lot of teachers that understand that, but they don't have an outlet or a process.
Correct.
They understand or can apply to kind of diagnosing what the student needs and how they can fulfill those needs. But what you're talking about there, that was fantastic, that separation, because literally as you're describing it, I can picture, oh, that's so-and-so, oh, that's so-and-so, oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, I mean, as you're going through it, it was just everything.
And then it's perfect because you're not thinking about, oh, they're not gonna, it's also, as a teacher, I've seen this before. Oh, we've heard this as a client, which is both bad or good. We can't, the way we teach now has to be so different and unique. You do have to listen to the student. You do have to give them what they want, but you can't literally give them everything they want. But what they want is the motivation and desires of what gets them excited. That's what's different. Then as a teacher, if we teach them and say, what do you want to work on? I just want to work on arms. But deep down inside, as an instructor, we said, well, I really believe you have to get grounded onto your feet and your legs. But then as an educator, it's just killing us. But we're like, oh, I'm getting torn. I have to teach them what they want to do. So it's not, this is a great balance of being sensitive towards their needs, desires, them feeling encouraged and respected and listened to. And at the same time, we get to really teach them at the highest level that we can.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's teacher interview. For more information on ballroom dancing or to learn more about how to improve your dancing, go to perfectpartner.us.